Hey, what's up everybody? This is Ryan Morgan, and I'm just coming at you so that way I can go ahead and talk about the new HuluTube business apparently that's on YouTube. And I'm just going to say right off the bat that I don't like it one bit. I don't think that we should be making these sorts of changes. Now, it's not really us that's doing it, but more or less just YouTube. And I just really want to usually I just go ahead and just ignore this. I try to ignore it. Like when Google bought YouTube, I try to just be like, alright, well hopefully, YouTube will just go ahead and, remain the same good site it's always been. Then gradually Google started to make, money more of their business, and they go ahead and promote all these stupid big mega partners like Fred and Sexphil or, any of those other stupid channels that do not deserve to be on the most subscribed of all time list. And I go ahead and say that mainly because I don't really think that there are very many channels that are on the most subscribed of all time list of all the 100 channels that are on there that really deserve to be there, because I don't really watch them at all really anymore because I just don't care. I just don't think that they're very good and they don't deserve to be there. You're better off trying to go ahead and look for random channels of stuff that you might be interested in. If you're looking for a cartoon show, you're better off looking for a smaller channel because they might make better crap than they do. Now, The Real Weekly News went ahead and made a video about this, and this is what really got my attention. And he probably points out more of the details than I do, and he has probably all the information you'll need. So go ahead and you can check him out over there in the link, and hopefully you can go ahead and get some more info on that. But it seems kind of like I've heard comparisons that this is going to be almost the same thing that probably happened to MTV. Remember back in the 80s? Holy crap, Michael Jackson comes around and everybody's so flaring for MTV, and they've got some good music videos for a long time, and they didn't have any of the BS that YouTube has. It's just kind of, went on in the 80s, then come around the 90s, it's still doing good. Then stuff starts to change, the late 90s come around, there's more reality shows, it's more about, it seems more like, television, reality shows, ratings, whatever they can do to just go ahead and stray away from what they originally designed the, MTV for. And basically, that's about the same thing that's happening to YouTube. But YouTube was originally created because it had an easy, user-friendly focus to where it's designed for the users, by the users. That was the original focus. People could broadcast themselves, and they wouldn't have to worry about being censored, and they wouldn't have to worry about whether something's going to get flagged because someone was just, personally they didn't agree with it, and they decided to go ahead, oh, I'll just go ahead and flag it, I don't like it. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, all the stuff that's happening, because, it's not really about the people anymore who originally made the site popular, and YouTube's going to go ahead and they're basically just digging their own hole right now. They may not think that they are, but they're going to lose the people who originally made this site, which is us. Basically, the main thing that we're asking here is for fair treatment. The smaller channels want to be treated just as fairly as the bigger channels who make you ad revenue. Ad revenue, money, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't treat us the same way that you would treat bigger channels who I guess get preferential treatment. You're not going to go ahead and say, well, don't do that. I mean, you just can't go ahead and say what you want to say. I mean, we have to worry so much about censorship now. Smaller channels are not being treated fairly, and we're going to go ahead and lose just about any kind of exposure that we can gain and be on the upside just the same way that Fred or any of those other bigger channels were at one time. Doesn't this just make you want to say, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore? Well, it sure makes me want to say it, and that's why I just did. Why YouTube? Why? Well, as it's already been said, the main reason why YouTube is doing this is simply because of the money. That's right, the money, and the big boys like Disney are finally coming in and they want a piece of the pie, and it's only going to be at our expense. And you know what, that's another reason I don't like it, because I don't care about making money on YouTube. I mean, not very many of us do. We don't care about making money. We just, we want to be able to do this for fun. If we make money, that's great, but that's not why we're here. But they're making it their priority, and it's just going to come at our expense, and I'm not going to just sit here and take it. First it was Google buying out YouTube, then it was Viacom, and then it was Warner Music Group. and now it's Disney and Hulu. Now, one thing that you can go ahead and do about it is go ahead and sign a petition started by The Real Weekly News, which is the channel that originally made the video that I'm talking about, and you can go ahead and check out in the description for a link to that. Now, if you want to know more about what you can do with the situation, you can go ahead and check out The Real Weekly News video. He provides a little bit more info about it than I do. He goes more into detail. And I'm also going to post some relevant videos in the description for you to see. If it's about copyright, the Warner Music Group, or anything else, you can go ahead and check those out too. I'm going to go ahead and post them in the description. Now, I want to know what everyone thinks about this. You can go ahead and comment, favorite, rate this video. Go ahead and share it with people that you know. I just want to know what everyone thinks about this, because I'm hoping that people agree with me on this, because this is going to be a big change and it's probably going to affect you too. One thing that we need is strength in numbers. Just one of us probably won't be able to make a difference. If we all come together, rise up, and just go ahead and kick YouTube in the butt however we can make a difference.